Little Nickers.
Boys! All right. Welcome back in this mud.
Welcome to the
Episode 4. Let me put that Ric Flair up.
Woo! Yeah, niggas.
Woo!
JBC just like China.
Episode 4, watermelon versus pumpkin. Just to get them out of the way real quick, click below. Follow each of us on Twitter, Lil Mattress, Young Pastry. If you want to hear this audio only, go to watermelonversuspumpkin.com. That's watermelonvspumpkin.com. Click down below. We'll put up the codes if you want to drive for Uber. Man, help us out.
Uber's gonna not endorse this, but it's good. Whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's real shit.
Other than that, we back. Week 4. We apologize for the lava lamp. We plugged in a little bit late this time, so I don't really have faith in it. I mean, if we can get something moving, we get something moving. If not,
it's nothing doing right now. It's nothing doing. But you'll appreciate it. You get the glow. Feel the glow.
Feel the glow.
I feel the glow. Still riding high.
Short about to get glow.
Feeling righteous. Going into the Super Bowl next week. You know what I'm saying? The week before the big game. Because
Big game, can't say Super Bowl. Can't say Super Bowl.
Super Bowl is the big game. It's the big game. And I don't know, when did that start? I don't know. People are getting sued and shit. I guess that's what it is.
And chill the fuck out. So let them, you know what I mean? Like, let them say the word Super Bowl.
Listen,
like, come on.
It's a big money thing, and they want a fucking piece of all of it. You say Super Bowl, like, it should be a whole little spoof on this, like, I have a super giant bowl.
You know,
Well,
I was going to say,
I got a Super Bowl. How about that?
I bet you some, you know, remember back in the day how Tommy Chong got arrested for selling bongs? I bet you somebody's got a cease and desist for fucking selling the Super Bowl. Man, when you got this glass piece, it's a Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. It's 52 of them. Super Bowl 52.
Is that what it's at? 52 today.
52,
wow.
Man. That I forgot what the hell the Roman numeral was. Like, oh, it's L. L is 50? Okay.
Right? It's just LII?
Right. I got to, like, X's in my Roman numeral memory bank. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, X's are 10s, 10, 20, 30. Okay. And then there's, like, the one before the V is of 14. So I'm all fucked up. It's like, we're in the L's right now. God damn it.
Taking L.
L is 52. 52 motherfucking Super Bowls. And my Philadelphia Eagles have been in 3 and have not got
Regal,
one.
Beagle, Eagle.
Have not got one. See, I wear my hat with pride when I walk around. And the other day, I ran into a motherfucker that was about to walk into the Social Security building. He was all cowboy down and decided he wanted to attack me verbally. Because that's what niggas do. Like, he could, that hat. And he was going crazy. And I'm sitting like, yo, it's the team I root for. But y'all at home, your team you like is at home watching the team I like play today in the Super Bowl.
And then dude pretending like you had something to do with it.
Oh yeah. It was like, well, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't got no rings. And I said, my man. See, I get pulled into because I'm a fanatic shit. I get pulled into like, well, man, y'all ain't been good since '95. So what you talking about? You know, it turns into y'all and we.
Yeah. None of you are getting paid. Neither one of you are on the team.
No, it's
a lot of people with we though. A lot of people with we.
There's
a
lot of
people
Frenchmen out there. You know what I mean? A lot of wee-wees. A lot of wee-wees.
But you're not on the team, bruh.
But it is a thing.
Do you have a jersey with the number on the back that you didn't pay for? No?
Actually,
then you're not on the team. Are you carrying the water on the side? Do you have the Gatorade bottles where you run out onto the, I almost said court, where you run out onto the field? And do you spray Gatorade in the player's mouth? No? You're not on the team.
Yo, that was a thing I Googled at one point, actually, how much a water boy gets paid. It wasn't bad.
probably more than the cheerleaders.
Like
I know the cheerleaders get nothing.
They don't? Oh,
they get like $50 a game type shit.
Ooh.
Yeah, cheerleaders get in more than one way, I'm sure. Allegedly in more than one way, cheerleaders get fucked.
That's terrible. I think they should get more for the bang for their buck.
Hello.
There it is.
No, but I do know, they get paid like shit.
Yeah, I did some. I looked up some ones that even how much like the towel boy gets, and like, in NBA basketball, and it's like, man, some of them were like up there with like 30 grand a year or something like that. What?
Not bad for probably some like 17-year-old kid
Right,
that's
you're
getting it.
30 grand a year, and that you figured is a quarter of the year you're going to basketball games, but you're having fun. I mean, I don't know how much fun fucking clean up sweat is, but you know what I mean.
But it's LeBron sweat.
Yeah, it's LeBron sweat. He could probably sell those damn towels,
dude,
on the internet. People buy
Go
dumb
eBay,
shit like that.
yeah.
Oh God. Who wants
Hey,
LeBron
listen,
sweat?
Obi Trice tried to sell a couch that Eminem sat on once, and you know what? He probably sold the shit.
Did he really?
I promise you.
Holy shit.
And in the thing was like Eminem sat on this once. It was like,
listen,
ooh.
people buy anything. Oh man, I ran into this guy that was a cop here in New Haven, Connecticut here, and he said he was working Elvis Presley show.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He said he was working the Elvis Presley show, and he was in the front stage. And Elvis was up there doing his thing, gyrating the hips. What he
Pelvis.
Pelvis Presley. And he said he reached down and grabbed his
dick.
Officers. That would have been more interesting story. He grabbed my dick, and then they wanted my dick on eBay. No, which eBay wasn't around, so what does that mean?
Say, girl, suck this dick. Elvis touched it.
But he said he grabbed his cupboard off, because that's what they call the cap. He took his cupboard off, and he said he was dancing on stage with his fucking officer hat on his head. You know what I mean? He said the amount of money people were offering him left and right to buy that fucking hat, man. But he said if I wouldn't lose my job, I would have.
Right.
But then if you would have sold it for enough, you might have been able to lose your job. You know what I mean?
All because it was touched by Elvis. Yeah, there was a story in the news where a cup just sold that Elvis, he drank out of this, like plastic Dixie cup, paper Dixie cup, whatever. That just sold for
That's insane.
An amount of money.
And then it's like the person that buys it, and like when it kind of eventually lands somewhere in somebody's possession and you own it, and then what? Just so that cup there.
That's at a party. That's just like, guys, you know what I got?
You know what I got? I got an Elvis cup.
I got an Elvis cup.
Like, man, people are just way too much with shit, man. And back to being about football fans and being way too much. Bro, the footage I was seeing, now me being an Eagles fan, I have to say, shame on all of you niggas out there representing the fanatic flow.
You don't condone the actions of all Eagles fans.
All
Eagles fans are not created equal.
I'm not from Philly, so I guess I don't get that much into it as much as somebody from Philly that's a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
That calls people bulls.
Water? You drinking water?
Did you just call me a bull? Am I your bull?
But man, the footage of like Viking fans walking into the stadium, it was kind of like a black man walking through a Klan rally. Whew. It kind of seemed that way. You know what I mean? Like the hatred and you motherfuckers, get out of here. We hate your kind. It's like, these are just fans of a team from Minnesota.
Once again, none of you are making any money. Besides, if you're betting, perhaps you're making a little bit of money, but none of you man, it just shouldn't matter that much. Like, I get, it's the team that you like, and you might be bummed out if they lose and shit, but the point of, to bring violence to other people because of it,
there's got to be a line. There's got to be a line you draw where it's like, I'm passionate about liking this team, but like you said, people calling out of work and shit for silly shit, like, I'm not going to make it, man. My team lost. Suicide watch. They hate their whole family. They're punching their daughter in the nose and shit. Like,
that there's been domestic violence over football games.
Just to look on a cop's face, to have
Barb,
to show up to
I said halftime. I want the wings. Not it's the fucking first quarter. Barb's trying to bring me wings. See what happens, Barb. Boom. Next thing, Barb's got an eye jammy trying to see. Is it 450? Is it 375? She can't see the fucking
because
stove.
Now the wings coming before they were supposed to come was the omen. So now they scored a touchdown because you brought the wings, Barb.
Barb, you brought the wings. They missed the field goal. Next thing you know, Barb's not showing up to work, or Barb's got to lie to the ladies at work that she walked into the door. No, you didn't, Barb. You caught a mean right one.
With a bad cover-up job. Like, you're not that pale, Barb.
Next thing, Barb catches a right hook from her husband and's got to lie to people at work. It's not cool. Over a game.
It's man, these fans were throwing cans at him. Man, calling them names and middle fingers and chants, and it's like.
And then there's always the white guys that, let's go! Let's go!
The let's go guy. Screaming. Or just the scream. The good white boy scream. Ooh, ooh, dude, like
let's go.
it reminds me of fucking the Water Boy. Say, you sound like a big choo-choo train.
Yeah.
Just screaming for no fucking reason. Just cut the shit out, man. By the way, us Eagle fans, we won the game. It's cool. But then they can't even win in fashion.
They win and still riot.
And still riot. Break shit, go crazy in the streets. Like, I understand Eagles fans. You've been an Eagles fan for a long time. Motherfuckers ain't won the big game yet. But get a hold of yourself. You got a family that loves you.
Right?
Fuck. Is it not enough, people?
Like, people have lost their lives at football games. Like, chill
Real shit.
out.
Yeah, like fights in the crib.
like
Motherfuckers
people
spent the weekend in jail.
Yeah, like I said, my uncle, he used to have the 35-yard line tickets for the Jets. First and second row, we used to go every year until they changed the stadiums. Then they wanted like a $20,000 bond, and he wasn't about to put that up for tickets, so we don't go anymore. But a good 10 years, we used to go to the first game. And, man, I saw a couple fights. I saw the guys that I don't understand why you're there because you hate your fucking team. Like, guys in a Jets jersey, like, you motherfuckers can't play for shit. Get the fuck out. And it's like, yo.
Those are the jersey burners.
Yeah.
Those are jersey burners. They're taking off that jersey. They're burning it. They're tossing it. Fuck this team. I hate them. I just, like, they probably go as far as death threats.
Yeah.
Twitter's alive.
Like, I saw a couple guys get kicked out because they just wouldn't shut the fuck up. But back to the to the fights, I saw a couple of those too on like the upper deck, the upper levels, where I remember this one vividly where these two dudes are fighting. One guy gets hit and his back goes into the glass that's protecting him from falling over.
Into
and
death.
it's not tall glass, like it's glass up to your waist. You know what I mean? Because you're supposed to be sitting down and can still see over the glass.
Listen,
that dude almost took a tumble. That would have been game over.
This shit's his game over two ways. They might have shut they shut that game down. Like, we got to shut this game down, and his game of life is over. And there's no more credits. There's no more coins for you to put in the machine. You're done.
Yeah.
You don't get the fucking cheat code.
I mean, but I do understand too. You never know how all fights start because I've done bouncing before, and if you're not drinking and you're around people that are drunk. Oh. That's rough. And people, it's like, New Year's, the day before Thanksgiving, people use certain events to just lose their mind. Where they're just like,
shit.
Well, I'm going to be at a football game, so I might as well get blitzed.
Nah, it's real crazy, man. I can't stand fucking being sober around a drunk.
Ooh.
It's kind of like, I know when I'm feeling nice and you're feeling nice. I got to be on the same wave. Two sober people getting along, it makes sense. Two drunk people kind of flowing, it goes. But the opposite is you're annoying.
I don't understand why when people get drunk, they don't understand that I don't need your mouth inside my ear to tell me what's happening. I can hear you from the same length that we used to talk. You know what I mean? Like,
but it is the worse than the club shit, man. I was talking about that the other day when somebody was like, the screaming in your ear, and then the music goes off. So now you know how loud you are. Like, nah, I'm about to go over there and get a drink and shit. Get a drink. Looking around, oh my bad, I'm being loud as shit. Like the music just got cut off. It's not supposed to be like
man.
that.
Yeah, I let her put a finger in my ass. The only time I want anybody whispering in my ear is if they're also jerking me off. So listen, so in the future, if a dude even tries that shit, I'm like, listen, you're gonna either stop this or start jerking me off because this isn't cool, man.
Right. And in that case, you probably get the genuine anyways. And then they'll say you're a homophobe. But, it's a no-win situation. It's like, please listen, man. So just get a hold of yourself, people. We're going back to the whole thing of just get a control of your life.
Right? So, hypothetically, so you don't incriminate yourself, are you going to place any – do you know anyone that's going to place any money on the game?
As every Italian guy I know from the old school, I got a guy. Every Italian guy, hey, listen, Mike, I got a guy.
Hey,
I got a guy. I know a couple people that are doing a couple squares. You know, the whole square joints.
Yeah, throw $10, $20 in the square.
There. That's completely luck. For y'all that don't know what the square game is, it's all about what the score is of the game. They go by first quarter, second quarter, third and fourth, whatever the score is. So if it's like 21-14, they go by the last number, so the 1 and the 4. If the grid, you got a grid up there that's very randomly selected. You put your name in these squares, and then afterward they just randomly put numbers wherever before the game kicks off. And if you're in the 1-4 grid, you get the money, and it usually goes 25, 50, 50, and then like 100 or 200 for the end, depending on how many people are in the damn.
And then depending on how many squares left, if there's only a couple squares left that aren't too good, people let them go for, 15, 20, whatever.
Right. Just like, this one looks like a bullshit. But the best way, some people put the numbers in ahead of time, which is stupid. You're really supposed to just kind of just have a blank square sheet and then put it in, and then somebody randomly selects numbers and put them randomly around the board. And it's like, ooh, you got 0-0. That could be something because,
Anytime I did it, which was only when I had worked at a couple of different bars, someone that worked at the bar won, which was always kind of like, I don't like that.
Yeah,
but it is what it is.
But now I might place a couple friendly bets. I'm going to act like an asshole in the game because, talking about those kind of fans, I can get that way. But to a point, I know when to shut it off. Because when it's over, it's over. I go home, I take my jersey off, I put it in the closet, and it's good. It's good money.
I realize I didn't get paid to play.
And then I talk shit with other sports fans. We talk shit about what we saw, and like, oh yeah, man, you see that play? I don't know, man. It's New England's got a big wallet, and everybody's got big dicks because they're fucking all of us, man. And it's the way they do it, man. They're cheaters,
Yeah.
When in doubt, when your team loses, everybody else cheats. That's what fans do.
That's how it goes. Listen, and that goes back to when you're a little kid playing video games. What's happening? The
Yep.
computer's cheating.
Yeah.
The computer's cheating.
Like the computer knows you're playing and has a strong dislike for you personally.
Exactly.
Like this artificial intelligence is some real shit. I mean,
I hit B. And this computer want to say I didn't hit B.
I used to be a controller thrower, man. I
Yeah?
kicked motherfuckers out my house. Listen, dudes that know we got into some Madden tournaments and it's fucking bullshit. I'm throwing my fucking controller. I'm telling dudes they gotta go. Y'all gotta go. Like they're laughing and now I'm pissed off more. I learned to control it though.
Yeah. But in the moment, I understand what it is, man. There's certain times where even I'm playing little games on my phone and like I play this golf game and man, it's a one-on-one golf thing. Where sometimes it's a one-on-one golf thing, and when you tie on a hole, because it's just one hole at a time, when you tie, then you have to go to a shootout, which is one shot. Whoever gets closer to the thing wins.
Yep.
Man, there'll be time when I'm 34 years old, about to be 35, and I'll hit a bad shot, and like I will just immediately turn off my phone and like punch the fucking wall just once. You know what I'm saying? Just do that. Just like, just get it out. Because you got to get it out of you.
Get it out, yeah.
And I'm just like, man, motherfucker.
I get that way with fucking crosswords and shit. I'm turning shit off. I can't find the fucking word.
Yeah.
I don't know which one am I playing right now. My boo-boo, she hooked me up with this one I was checking out, the Word Academy. It was pretty dope. You got to like fucking find the words within this jumbled word setup. And if you find one that's like, there's like 3 words that tell you how many letters are in the word, but if you pick the third word, you might have fucked up because you got to go back because you just messed up the combination of the other word because bricks didn't fall certain ways. You got to pick it strategically and get the first word. Yeah, I get pissed sometimes, and then I'm like, these are just words though. They don't control me.
They don't control us. We control the words.
Yeah, what are we doing right now?
Yeah, we invented time. Listen,
words are invented though. I mean, I always think about that shit. Like even shit with words, like. Can you really be upset if a motherfucker make up a word? Like, aren't all words made up?
Bars?
You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody made the bar of what a word is. Like, that nigga made this shit up.
But it's weird, man, how people, they just get caught up in saying certain words. Like, maybe 1-2 years ago, everybody fell in love with sheesh. I'll never get it. I'll never get it, man. It just became popular.
I adopted the company of those that used it, but I never per se ran.
It just never seems like it comes out naturally. Like it just seems like, oh man, I'm just waiting.
Motherfuckers at the
sheesh. I got it. I got one in. I got it in. I said sheesh.
Hole in his pocket the whole night. Somebody please say some shit and let me use this word. I've been waiting my whole day to say this fucking word at the proper time. And then have that look like nobody's excited. Like I am.
Guys, it's the coolest word right now. That boom has come back big. Boom. Like there's this new thing where they it's not a meme, but it's almost just like a written thing on the internet. Like there'll be say just like a black square, and the message will be written on it, and it'll say something to the point of like,
it's like a statement.
Imagine you had a good girl, boom, now I'm gone. It's just a weird thing. Like
I think you gotta get that. That's like, I think rest in peace Stuart Scott from ESPN. That nigga made it boom off the easy. You know, like you niggas stealing Stu shit.
Yeah.
But you know which one I'm happy that's kind of a still around. Dope. Listen, listen. We came up with that shit in the 90s, 80s actually, and man, and these guys adopted it, and it's like that is a word that we can communicate with the youth.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, okay, that's dope, and they be like, yeah, that's dope. Like, okay, young fella, right?
I understand what you're saying finally, because once again, man, I don't get mad at it, but I'm 34 years old, and I get that certain part of the culture is not for me anymore, and I get it. Like you can't be mad at it. You're just like, hey, man, it passes you by.
I said that first time somebody asked me if I was Gucci, I thought he wanted to fight. And he was like, yo, you Gucci? I'm like, yo, what's good? What's up? What's this? What that mean, though? We got to go down? It's like some gang shit? Like, I'm kind of like.
Let me know. You throwing 2 G's up? What is this?
Now you got to puff the chest up a little bit. Like, yeah, nigga, what you saying?
Like, no, actually, this is Walmart. Fuck you.
Yeah.
What?
But then he was like trying to offer me. He was drinking liquor out of, he was drinking some vodka out of a bottle and shit. It's like, yo, he was like, no, you Gucci? You good? You good? You Gucci? Like, am I good? Ask me if I'm good, nigga. This is what I know. Don't like Gucci.
I'm telling you, they're just because of the law of, the possibilities. There's people that have died because of an inability to communicate before. Like, it's happened before, because just like you said it, I'm sure there was somebody else, not, to that person, but I'm sure there was some. What?
Gucci.
What?
Oh, this nigga set tripping?
Exactly. Like,
yo, I thought it was some new gang. Now they got a song out there that my fucking daughter loves. That how's it go? Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Repeat it a bunch of times within the hook. But it's very robotic. It just has to be mesmerizing. Everything's hook savvy, mesmerizing. Just say it, repeat it, repeat it. It's like panda, 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 panda. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci. And the kids love it. Like, oh, this shit is dope. It's like because it's not really substance.
Man, I still go with my theory that it's because people feel like they can do it, they connect to it better. Like, you feel like you could do that. Like, that any day you could make up. So people, I think, connect to it better than somebody like, you can't do what Nas does. You just can't do that.
It's interesting because I seen something one time where somebody was talking about that's how it is now as far as even the fan of an artist. How do people become big online, these artists blow up, is because they put shit up and content up where they're a relatable person. They make it seem like it's somebody you can hang out with. Your everyday person. It's not really your celebrity shit of the
artists that we grew up listening to were untouchable. That was the thing too. Like now it's more of, hey guys, I'm just like you. Yeah, that type of thing where, man.
Before it was like, no.
Do you remember when you heard Tretch just lose his mind on a verse and you were just like, I can't do that.
Right. It's like,
remember when you heard Nas's Rewind for the first time and you were just like, I can't do that.
Right. Even when Bone Thugs hit, it's like,
exactly.
Niggas try that now, but Bones, if you kind of slow down, niggas are saying some shit. But it's the whole harmony shit, which is kind of that. It felt like maybe they're before their time with their style, because that almost seems like what a lot of cats are trying to do now.
That seems like Migos kind of remix that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They try to do that whole thing with them.
Yep.
But they weren't really auto-tuning shit like that. Like Bone Thugs actually had some harmony. Bone Thugs and Harmony,
they could actually sing.
Harmonized their shit and had a little bit of content. And, but like I said, man, I look at shit too, like, y'all got y'all shit that don't make sense. I go back to shit that I listen to that I loved and be like, I think about it. That shit ain't make no sense.
Yep.
What the fuck was Bum Skickity Bum? I mean, like, I love that fucking song. I know it word for word. And it's like, Daz Effects.
LL Cool J, if I could get a definition on what a bad shooby doobie is, and is there a good shooby doobie? Is there a good shooby doobie?
Is there a world of shooby doobie?
Yeah. Is it just an all right shooby doobie? Let me know.
Oh,
and he had a bad shooby doobie for her. So
now, if you shooby doobie, are you a shooby duet? I don't. And are there levels to this shit? Is what the question is. But Daz Effects had that shit. And then even like with the Wu-Tang. Come on now, let's be honest. It was different, but half the time you didn't know what the fuck some of the niggas was talking about.
No. I love Ghostface, but there's definitely lyrics where I'm like,
I mean, Isotoda, Motorola, Coca-Cola holders. I'm like, this nigga's looking at infomercials all day, just jotting shit down. Just like, yo, Isotoda.
Be like, yo, it sounds good, and I don't know what the fuck he's saying.
But what was crazy, what I come to see what I like about it is almost like that modern contemporary art world where it's like, they kind of mean something, but instead of calling that a tree, you got to call it something else.
A branch,
right? It's earth growth. What?
Exactly.
What is earth growth? He just means that tree over there. We got to create our own language, but we know what we're talking about. Like the biggest joke with them to me is like they sit in the room. It's like these niggas have no idea what we're talking about. We just came up with our own shit and they love it. You know what I mean? But they laugh amongst each other because they know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yep. Yeah, it's their own slang that they've been growing up with forever.
Right. And it's like these niggas is eating out the spoon, baby.
Right.
Slurp that.
Speaking of slurping out the spoon, man, yo, the flu is killing people this year.
What the fuck?
Man, you see me with the pediatric electrolytes? Come on, dog.
Woo, get your shit together. I've
been feeling it in the chest.
Listen, I work at one of my other jobs at a medical facility, and they kind of force you, unless you get some kind of religious exempt, but you're forced into taking the flu shot, the flu vaccine, which I never was a flu vaccine person because I never get sick. But I hardly ever get sick in that time of season. Maybe once out of the winter, like my immune system's pretty good. But now I'm almost like, I'm seeing that shit like, man, maybe I should feel good about getting this flu vaccine. I don't fucking know, but look, this nigga coughing. He about to die, nigga.
No, man, I've been doing the Mucinex. I've been doing the Dayquil, NyQuil. It's just one of the, you know, when you're, here's another word that everybody uses, low-key sick.
Low-key.
To where, like, I don't feel like it's outward, but sometimes I'll just be like, ooh, I'm not okay. You know what I mean? Like, where it like comes in waves almost.
Yeah, shit don't feel right.
And then at night is definitely the worst.
But I can only imagine the emergency room is like, these like, you know, not everybody's running there. He's coughing. Hey, listen, motherfuckers are dying. Get Johnny dressed. We taking him right now. We don't want to take any chances, any risks. I mean, is there a certain area where it's happening more of, or it's just an epidemic throughout the whole fucking country?
And I mean, I'm not even sure if the word epidemic, because I think it has been something like 11 or 12 people total. Okay. But even for it, like, that's more than normal from what people are saying.
Average of 1 or 2 is like, no, 11, 12. What the fuck you mean 11, 12 people died from the flu, from a common flu?
But it's a weird thing too. It's a weird dichotomy, because the more what do they give you when you have the flu? When you go and you get the why can't I think of it?
What's that? I don't know. I don't take any of that shit.
What do they give you when you have the flu to battle the virus? They give you fucking...
They give you a virus, don't they?
No. I'm not talking about the flu shot. I'm like, a doctor would give you penicillin, which is... I sound so fucking stupid right now.
That's all right. I'm a nigga. I know none of this.
Not antibodies. If anyone's listening to this right now, they're screaming it through their fucking thing.
It's fucking an antioxidant. What is it?
But whatever the doctor gives you that I can't think of right now,
right.
Apparently that, even though it fights the virus, then the virus fights back and becomes stronger. So next year it might be, because they learn to fight against the whatever the fuck that I can't. Antibiotics.
There it is. The black man got it.
Antibiotics. So then the virus gets used to the antibiotics and morphs itself and mutates itself to then those antibiotics don't work on this certain virus. So it kind of just grows and gets worse,
Wow.
Yeah,
it's like an uncle you don't want around.
Just gets worse.
It just gets worse. My hatred towards that nigga just grows and gets worse. Why you keep coming around here?
Yep.
But I can't believe motherfuckers are dropping down. I mean, 12 seems like you're like, oh, 12 people died, but no, and you don't know if they're like in the same area. It's just
I'm not positive
around the country somewhere.
Yo, 12.
Where did that come from, by the way? Speaking of words, why do we call police 12? It's got to be a code, maybe. Who knows? The 12. One time, I don't know. That was some West Coast shit, I think. We'll go down. Let's go down to words of police being called certain names.
Right.
One time was a West Coast shit.
I guess. I
don't
know.
You only want to see them one time. Here they come. One time is coming. The boys.
The boys.
The boys in blue. I guess where that came from.
Even I wonder where'd pigs come from.
Just come. They're dirty.
Could be.
Just pigs are dirty, and motherfuckers want to call them. Yeah, you just dirty pig. Yeah, pig. Let's call them pigs, man.
Yep.
Maybe they just like bacon. I don't know. Popo seems very obvious. Why? Police. Popo. What else do they got for him? Rats. Oh, that's the nigga that's telling to the police.
Right.
You know what's interesting when I saw where the word cops came from? You know about that one?
No.
So that was interesting because old police officers, they had the jackets very simple with copper buttons.
Capo.
And
they call them coppers
they call
too.
them coppers. Yeah, so they were
Schmear,
coppers.
copper.
Then they just shut the copper down to just cops. So now we know cops were called that because of Irish police officers had copper buttons. And they were coppers, short for cops.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
You listen, guys, on Watermelon versus Pumpkin, you might learn a thing or two, okay? We're not going to send you home empty-handed.
Yeah, listen. Now sell that to a friend. And I had a motherfucker that one time I was explaining the whole dabbing thing, and he was like, nah, that ain't true. That ain't true. Niggas don't dab because of that D Brown thing. Listen, I know Migos. I listen to them a lot. And it's not because of that. I was like, maybe he was right, but it makes more sense for what I'm saying. The dab was D. Anthony Brown, the dunk, the Houdini dunk, the no look, and that's what if you look at dances, they all come from something.
Yeah.
And we got dances called the Charlie Brown and shit that happened. And
what was his theory? Was it because of the drugs?
He just said that's just some shit them niggas came up with.
And who are them in question?
Migos.
Well, yeah, that's what they came up with.
He said they came up with. He said they didn't get it from that. They just came up with the shit. That's just some shit they did to look cool. And dab it out. Right? Because niggas is drinking out of styrofoam cups.
Right? No, I don't believe it. I think it's obviously D. Anthony Brown. But hey, who knows? Could be completely wrong. Like I said, this generation ain't for me.
That's all right.
I'm an old grizzled vet.
Maybe them niggas get the flu and die. I don't know, but I can't believe niggas is dying from the flu is strange to me. Maybe the Stranger Things. Maybe we're all in the upside down for those that know.
Ooh,
Stranger Bar, nigga. What you know about that, motherfucking 11, nigga? Woo! Sorry. Which I think a new season should be coming out. Are they filming right now? I believe.
Hopefully, but honestly, you know what they need to do? They need to film a good 4 or 5 seasons because these fools are growing.
I know. I think they were shooting in the dark. Like, let's not budget is tight. Let's just give a couple of see how this shit work.
Yeah.
Maybe it might not blow. And he's like, yo, we blowing up, nigga. We are behind the ball.
Yep. Right now, like they need to do that thing where what they do with what's that Johnny Depp Disney movies where he's on the boat and shit?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, where they went and shot like 3 movies at once. These fools need to go out and shoot a couple of seasons.
Yeah, but them niggas had Disney backing them. I don't know if Netflix budget might be like, we ain't gonna back you a little bit. We give you the chance to hang yourself. Either you're gonna flourish, nigga, or you're gonna flounder.
Because that's the thing, man, is that series is gonna get real weird with, they're going to be old.
Right. You got to get them right. And it's like, oh, man, 11 looked like she's 25 now.
Exactly. When 11 hits puberty, it's going to be weird.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like, oh, what happened? And it's funny because I seen an interview with them. It's like, that whole thing of, the people that you forget that them having an American accent because we're American, we get pompous like niggas. What do you mean we got an accent? No, she's British. Like, she has an American accent.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how does she do that? The same way you can make fun of
them,
British accent. Yeah.
That's how we sound.
Like, what's his name? Idris Elba. Like, when I first heard him, like, damn, that nigga's from Britain? From Great Britain.
But it really works with him. I mean, well, of course it works with him because it's a natural fucking tone, but,
right. But I heard him, and the first time I saw him probably was in the Denzel Washington, American Gangster. He was a real, Frank? Saying Frank? He worked for me. He had that real thug ass New York shit with him, and then you hear him talk. It's like, oh, we pitch toss. You're like, oh wait, this nigga.
They need to get there's been talks of it, and but racism still exists, and maybe it's not the reason, but they need to give him that James Bond role, man. They were talking about it.
Really?
Yeah, and come on,
Hell
He would be the
that
man.
would totally upset every fucking Bond member, fan out there. A black Bond? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Why do we have to do this? Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, you know what's funny? Somebody said I think the original Night of the Living Dead movie. I don't know if anybody remembers that one. The star of it was a black dude. And
Okay.
You're going way back when that shit came out in the 60s,
Yeah.
like where the lead role from a black man was like, what? That was
Rare.
So people were like going at the guy who was the director for that movie. It was like, dude, you're a fucking genius. How ingenious is that? You made a black fucking star. He was like, and the guy was like totally naive to it.
Yeah,
No, he auditioned. He did a good
Like
job.
it wasn't on purpose.
He did a good job because I guess I never thought of it being like that groundbreaking thing. Like, yo, you had a star black man role, you know, a black man star rolling in that movie, and it's like that was unheard of at that time. But it's like, nah, that nigga was just good. Like
he was just the man for the role, man.
Right.
It was,
Like, I would like to believe Morgan Freeman gets these roles because that nigga is the hell of a motherfucking voice. I want him to kind of
smooth ass voice.
just come to my house. Like, he should rent his voice out to people to like, yo,
Dude, it's got to be on a GPS somewhere.
you know what I
bet
mean? Just rent his voice out to fucking put your kids to sleep.
That'd be rough, though. I'd say, man, if he's got it on GPS, like Morgan Freeman's leading you where you got to go, you might go down.
It's like, can you do the driving Miss Daisy voice? I'm trying to drive you to the store, Miss Daisy. We're gonna go up over here. We're gonna take a left. Like, this nigga Morgan Freeman.
Right?
You know, that might be a market though. I'm thinking about that, having celebrity voiceovers for those kind of things.
Yeah.
Somebody's probably thinking about it, like a company like, yo, we need The Rock to be our fucking navigation system, like a tutorial for a fucking app. Let it be that nigga. You know what I mean? Like, there's good money for him.
They definitely got it for some. I know Snoop Dogg's done the GPS thing.
Snoop Dogg, yeah. That's just for shizzle. Take a left over here, my nizzle. You know.
You know, white people getting lost as fuck.
Oh,
Take a
God.
rizzle. What is a rizzle?
It's just back to that whole I'm infatuated with the black culture, so I have to go at them in a way to let them know I'm just infatuated. Is it wrong? Is it racist? Yo, I had a dude ask me one
Listen,
time.
guys, I got Snoop on the GPS.
I had a guy ask me because, you know, white people, you tend to like to ask weird questions when you feel comfortable with a black man.
What's it like, guy?
He was like, listen, can I just be, I have a question, by all means. And it's like the question, before the question comes out, I have to give you the whole disclaimer.
Disclaimer,
like, I'm not racist at all. I have a friend, Jamal. Listen,
Well, I mean, I know who he is.
yeah,
He's not my friend. I know.
our kids kind of like go to the same school. I've seen him around.
I've met him once. I'm not gonna say.
But he was like a friend of mine. He goes, she really likes this poster that she has, but it's from the era of when they were doing a lot of blackface selling products and shit like that. You know, and they did like these weird like, you know, Lil Keisha was on the cover with this whole selling toothpaste. It was either for a toothpaste ad or something. He goes, but it was such a time where they were trying to straighten out black people's hair and to sell these products and really Samboing us up. You know what I mean? How they did. He was like, do you being of African American culture, do you think it would be wrong for her? She really just likes the lady. She thinks it's beautiful. She really likes the picture. She just wants to hang it up. Do you think people will be offended? I go, well, is she trying to offend people? How does she feel?
And where's she hanging it up?
Right, in the bathroom of her house. So I'm just like, it's in her home. I mean, as long as she knows where she stands within herself on racism, I think she's okay. You know, I mean, if she's a straight up fucking bigot, maybe, you know, that's not right.
But and you know what? The people that want to get mad on purpose are going to get mad on purpose.
Regardless. Oh, you hanging this shit up?
Plenty of those exist where, man, I want to be mad about it, so I am mad about it. Because there's a lot of people out there looking to be offended by everything. So, and I do understand that if it was made in that time, it might be made in, but man.
We know over that before,
But honestly, if it's not like, you know, big smile and big chunk of watermelon, if it's
if it's not like
it could just be a black girl on an ad.
Right. But it was like that whole hidden shit back then. There was a lot of funny shit. Like, you motherfuckers are trying to process us up. Nigga, let your fro out. Yep. That's why I love the fucking 60s and 70s when they made the whole, like, nah, we gonna do what we do.
That be yourself stuff.
Yeah, man. And that was great because it was kind of like,
and I'm brown.
Woo, JB. Yo, you know what's weird? Listening to James Brown the other day, man, because if you think about it, he didn't really have a fucking throw you back in your chair voice. As far as like his energy is what really did it.
Yep.
He's the preacher with the with the songs,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Because it was like you didn't go to listen to him like you were listening for pitches and ranges. Like
No.
James Brown didn't give you that. You know what I mean? He gave you that. Wow, yo, get up, like nigga, I just want to go run, preacher.
He gave
man.
you that energy.
Right, it's like the preacher, but he ain't talking about no damn religion.
No, definitely
He
not.
talking about that booty or, you know what I mean, or being black and proud, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it just gets into that point, man, where people are just all over the place with shit, man. It's kind of
Yep.
like, just stop. Stop trying to make me feel like you got to ask me a question. Dear black man, I have a question.
And even like there's some people that are just doing too much. You can have that one if you want.
Oh,
there's also
thank you.
some people doing too much of like,
Jack.
hey man, I just want to let you know that I'm on your side. I was like, shut the fuck up. Like it's I get it. There's just too many people like
Right.
overcompensating. You
Right.
know?
If you want to fight for what's right, I'm all about that. But if
Yeah.
you feel like you're fighting for what's right because you feel as though you have to fight you have to.
Because it looks good if you do it.
Right. I'm a good guy, right? See what I did, honey?
Yep.
I went out there and I helped that black man. That makes me not a racist.
Exactly.
Like, people will say, well, what do you guys want, man? And just stop fucking putting everybody in a goddamn box.
Well, speaking of Morgan Freeman, that's one thing that he said was about how do you think we solve racism? And I agree with him. He said we stop talking about it. And it's not to where you stop, not to where you ignore what's happening, but
Right.
when somebody gets shot on the news and a black man, blah, 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 or
man
a
was
white
killed.
man, blah, blah, blah.
Man
Yeah,
was
how
killed.
about just a man
It's all
was
statistics.
killed?
It's all numbers. Where does he fall? Like, yep, of course, he's one of those. Of course, look at him. Look at the numbers you guys have as far as blacks and doing this and doing that.
Yep.
But that's crazy because you look at the boxes you put out when you fill out an application. It's black, Hispanic, white, and other. But like
Why?
everything falls under white. It's like,
yeah.
There's no Italian American.
And why?
Right.
For any of that. I've never thought about that before, but literally why?
Why? It's a numbers game, man. They want to see.
Is that the affirmative action shit where, well, we know that we gotta, blah, 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 and we gotta have, we gotta have at least 3 black people because that's affirmative action. We gotta have 1 Latino and,
right?
Then probably in the newer days it's gonna be like, all right, we need 3 transgenders and we need 4 black people.
Right.
and
Oh,
we
they
need-
want to they want to bracket too, or
Yeah.
what's the sick shit, or even the fucking sick guys who are pedophiles who want have like their own religion or belief or some shit. They want to they want to have rights.
Now
Some shit like that.
believe me, no, I do not agree with any of them having rights. The only thing that I will say is I do feel bad for them because that's, choose my words carefully, that's some shit that they were born with, in my opinion. I don't think anybody just goes like, yeah, man, I really, I don't think anybody like learns to like little kids. I think
Right.
that that's something that's like,
We can go on the limit.
that's you're born with.
Right.
Like me, I will look at a little kid, I don't want to fuck him.
Right.
Somebody else that looks at a little kid and wants to fuck him,
Right.
that's inside
we're
of
gonna
them.
we're gonna go on a limb and say disease.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can say it's a disease born with. That could be something just wrong with people in the head, man. Look at fucking people in general. Why do fucking people slaughter? Or you go over to the Middle East when guys are trying to fight for, radicalists are trying to, let's just blow everybody up. Like, where in your mind does that seem right that we have to blow everybody up
Yeah.
in order for you to understand and believe my religion is real? Like, I don't want to believe your religion if you got to kill people to, like the Crusades and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just sick fucking people, man.
Yep.
It could be just a lot of fucking defects at birth, man.
Yeah. I don't
Tell
know.
dad to get away from the microwave, man, and then go and fuck mom. And now you got this kid with radioactive powers, and he's got all kinds of defects and shit.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But that
who
is
knows?
some, the pedophiles wanting rights is crazy.
Yeah, it's like, you got a right to not get killed, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I like me being a father, man, I already know what time it is with me.
Exactly.
I got the pistol permit.
I'll hold
might-
it sideways just
listen,
to,
I might have to ride out. Shit, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. But, it's all beautiful things, people.
Yeah, like I feel bad for people that go through. I don't want to say go through that, but like it. Fuck, man. I would hate to be. Imagine if you had that. If just.
Right.
That whatever turns you on. To me, I love girls with smooth skin. I love girls with big tits. I love
Right.
girls with nice legs.
Yeah.
Imagine if what I liked was little fucking kids.
Right.
Like, yeah.
There's some sick people,
Like
man,
that-
and sometimes that shit is people get infected from shit that happened to them as a kid, man.
Yeah.
And then they just carry that shit on, and that's their way of cope or dealing with. I got to do it. I got to do it to somebody else now.
Well, yeah, that's a lot of people that are molested younger
Right.
molest people,
molest people,
which is
right.
like,
And
it's I don't,
It's
even
a terrible
begin to-
chain, man. It's
Yeah.
like you got to stop the shit somewhere, and that kind of branches in even to the next thing. That story of what the hell's the guy there? The gymnast doctor, man.
Larry Noodle Dick.
Little thing, yeah. I mean, he was, man. What was the number of women they try to say? Young girls. He was sexually abusing.
I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right, but Larry Nassar, Nassar.
Nasser, nasty ass nigga. I don't, but man, the stuff he was, being alleged doing. Well, I guess they closed the case on him. What was the number? 100?
Yeah, he went to jail for 170 years, which is a sensational number,
Yeah,
but it's
I get it, but that whole thing is like, do we have to kind of 170 years? And he looks at it like, why didn't you just say life without parole?
yeah.
But it has to be the severity of all to give a number. Like it doesn't sink in unless we give numbers to what the hell, we want you to really feel bad, so we give you 160.
Yep.
Like I'm crying if you tell me life without parole as much as 160. You know what I mean? It's the same shit. Like I don't feel bad for that guy.
I wonder why, or I wonder if he even has the option. But I wonder why we keep him alive, because he's never going to get out of jail. So
Right.
that's just impacts, the taxes go to
Yeah.
pay for him.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I wonder why. I wonder if he has the option of just can you guys just kill me instead? I wonder if that's a thing.
Yeah, it's called hanging yourself in yourself.
Well, yeah. There's that. There's the Aaron Hernandez, But because
that's
what?
crazy.
And even at that point, it's because you would never obviously want to do it with someone that there could be a shadow of doubt. But didn't this guy stand in court and was just like, "Yeah, I did all of this,"
I
and
believe he fessed up to a lot of it.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the girls that were coming forward were really upset with the way. I mean, I saw a couple clips of them talking and them giving statements, and really more upset at the way he was handling it. The way he kind of was almost not really showing remorse about the shit. You know what I mean?
I did hear at one part where he either asked if he could leave the room, but he was mentioning how he didn't like hearing these stories back.
He didn't want to
he
be
was
thrown
mentioning
back
where he
in
was
his
like,
face.
it's tough to listen to these. I don't want to listen to them. When it's like, bro.
See, I don't even know the whole. I didn't really, I see it, man. But some of those things are so depressing, and like I said, being a father, man, and just to know my girl is coming into a world of, I gotta be very careful of who the hell she's around, man.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't even know exactly what the hell he was actually doing.
Well, from what I understood, he was one of the team doctors.
He was a team doctor. So when he was checking him out, he was fondling him.
He
and
was
shit?
checking him out and
Okay.
okay, your thigh is sore. Boom, he's in there, and then.
he's like,
But
yeah,
even I
wow.
heard it got to the point where he was doing it somehow on the sly with their parents in the room. Where it's one of those.
Yeah, that's how does that.
But then I get into the thing of just like Harvey Weinstein and just like a lot of other people that were molesting people and taking advantage of people, did some of the parents know and were just like,
right,
Did
they not
turning
ever
a
say
blind
anything?
eye,
Yeah, and that's tough, and it's almost like, man, is it always going down with everybody, or is it just some people jumping on the wave? That's what's hard to pick
Yeah.
out, man. If it's really going down and it really happened, then hey, God bless your heart, and beautiful thing that you came out and you ran with that, and you spoke on something, but. If you're a wave rider, man, I got no respect for none of that, man.
Yeah.
Don't be that person that's like, oh, well, I'm gonna do it too. Because they have a whole thing, the Me Too,
Me Too
movement, But don't just say Me Too if that shit didn't really happen to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't be that person, just because you might think there might be a couple of dollars. who knows? And people are suing, man. I don't know if a lot of these girls are gonna get money out of it, or if you just want them locked up, then okay, then.
Well, but that was the other weird thing too. Is there was? Do you remember that gymnast who she won a silver medal and she made the weird face, like the I don't really care face? She settled actually for whatever amount of money.
Oh, well, she was one with him too.
Yeah,
Okay.
she settled for whatever amount of money years ago, and with under the penalty of like if she were to testify on anything in the future, she would have to pay a substantial fine. I think it was like $100,000. So there were a couple of celebrities
so that was one of those things. So this happened with him in the past before, and it kind of went on a blind eye because a couple of dollars.
I guess it got settled with a couple of girls out of court or whatever, or in court.
Right. But
before, but then how do you still have your job? How do you still
how does a company still hire you? I mean, as a company too, man, you got to be like, listen, it's sticky, situation.
Yeah.
No pun intended there, but it's kind of like, of you hiring you, and you had some allegations that you kind of made go away with money.
Yep.
This shit might come back and bite me in the ass, and now I got you on my payroll. You know
but the
what I mean?
other thing too is they say there's a cachet of fucking videos and pictures and all that other stuff that he was taking of the girls. So
oh wow,
that's crazy too.
He was taking pictures on the low, like.
Yeah, wow. I'm not sure if
that's
it was
crazy.
Like, all right, we're doing this, and my cell phone's over there recording it. You
right,
know,
like sneaky shit. And
to bring it to a brighter. When I got one of my hemorrhoids rubber banded, I wanted to set up the camera, but I didn't. I didn't have the balls to, man. Like I said, bro, you get in there and you're just like, man, I got so many ideas. The doctor's gonna put his finger in my ass. I'm gonna moan. I'm gonna make the shit funny, and then you just get, like, there's no comedy involved in it.
Oh man, but 160 years for that guy. He looks like he's about fucking 68, anyways. Like,
yeah.
So I mean, 10 years probably for him.
Especially in jail, that'll take it out of you.
Right. Listen, you seen OJ what he looked like? He like a bag of shit coming out of jail. That
real.
motherfucker OJ was like, damn, son.
Damn, Oj.
Yeah, yo, them prison walls fucked you up, nigga. Look at you. You ain't seen no daylight. He looking white as a ghost.
Right. Looking like old Jay.
OJ went in looking like Wesley. Came out looking like Steph Curry, niggas. God damn, OJ, what the fuck happened to you?
Even he got out and he got into a couple of situations real quick where he almost got arrested again, man, because he's out in Vegas, which, of course, only good things can happen with fucking OJ in Vegas.
Going to Vegas. Oh, man.
So I guess he's living out there now with, but it was like the first 2 weeks he got kicked out of a bar or whatever for being too drunk, and I guess like he slammed a glass on the foot. When, man.
He's trying to enjoy the fruits he missed out on for how many years did he do anyways? 12, 15 years. No?
He did a good amount, man, because you got to remember during the trial, he was in jail the whole time.
Yeah.
However long that was. Then got out, then went back in for stealing his own shit.
Yeah.
Because, man, they were just looking. But it's the same shit. Like, they're probably looking for him now. So chill the fuck out. Like, that's my thing is, yo, you're rich. Go home.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like, you're rich.
Publish another book.
Go home.
Like, OJ, you got some money, man. You got something stashed, I would hope.
No, and because there's the NFL pension or whatever that he's getting, which is
they can't take that from him.
Yeah, and they can't take that from him.
You might be able to take endorsements and shit that he.
Well, that's the thing. That's what they were saying is the money to go to. I think it's still the Goldman family. If he does autograph signings, but even still, he's doing that dumb shit where like they're selling autographed helmets and stuff. And so now they're trying to be like, well, these are new autographed helmets that he's selling. Because I guess OJ's trying to say, no, I had these in storage or whatever. So these are, but man.
What do I do in the meantime? Let me put out a book that says if I did it.
Yeah.
Like, OJ,
but dude,
please, why are you rehashing some shit?
I would not be surprised if OJ goes back at some point. Because he's living dumb, man. He's out there in Vegas. That's like the Enzo Amore situation in the WWE, a wrestler who he just got caught up with some, I'd never use the word, but he got caught up with some thought who, man, listen, if she's telling the truth and all of her friends who say that she's lying are lying, and if all this evidence that she's lying is false and she's telling the truth and she got raped, I'm so sorry. But man, she's some girl who it's one of those judge a book by a cover, but man, she did an interview with TMZ and she said that they forced her to do coke, they forced her to do meth, they forced her to smoke weed.
All that in one shot.
Yeah.
All right, now smoke this. Now hit this. Now sniff this. Yeah.
And that she, and that the dude Enzo picked her up and threw her on the bed, and she and
he's a wrestler, so she's got to pull out a wrestler move. He pulled out one,
and that she hit her head and was knocked out, and didn't remember anything. And this is part of her statement too, is that she didn't remember anything, but then gave a account of the entire night of what happened.
Oh, man.
Then her own friends are coming out with text messages from her, and once again, all this could be made up. If it is, so sorry if you went through that. But everything points to no. To where her friends are coming out with the text messages of like, look, she just said right here, she texted me, I just fucked a WWE wrestler, a famous guy. And then they text back like, oh, bullshit. And I'm laying next to him right now in bed.
Yeah, she sent the picture? She took a picture?
I don't know if there were pictures. Cause
it don't matter what she said. It came and it was actually with the guy.
Because the dude was one of her friends that was on YouTube kind of like showing all this stuff of like, she's got drug problems, she's got mental problems, she didn't get raped. She said here that she fucked the guy. When you wouldn't text your friends, I just fucked blank, you would be like, holy shit, I just got raped. And if you're laying,
or you're just not, or you're keeping it to yourself, type of thing.
Yeah. And if you're laying in bed and he's sleeping and you just got raped, in my mind, I can't say for sure because I've never been, but in my mind, if this dude's sleeping that just raped you, you would get up and go. You would fucking leave.
As soon as he falls asleep, you creep up out of there. You know what I mean? And then, to me, it's like, God, you should be calling someone immediately. You should be calling the authorities immediately and stating your claim. Like, that's the thing. Ladies, you're listening out there. Don't, if that shit happens immediately, say it immediately.
Yep.
Fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, man.
And report him. And, I'm sorry, but if you regret it in the morning, 9 times out of 10, that's just a bad date. Like, if you
don't let it be that kind of thing. You know what I mean? If you were wrongly done,
dudes are getting caught up in that too. But the thing with Enzo Amore is he got, suspended and he got fired from the company. One of the funny things is though that the day that they found out about it, because this is one of the reasons that he got fired. The rumor that's out there is that because the investigation had been going on since October. Now, Enzo has not been charged with anything. So think about this.
Still in the works.
It's the end of January. The investigation has been going on since October.
Okay.
Man, if they had something, they'd probably,
Right.
But so I guess he showed up at the 25th anniversary of Raw, and that's the day that everything blew up. But here's one of the funny things that's also sad. He showed up in a T-shirt that said, "Today is the best day of my life."
Oh, shit.
On the back, "I can't wait for tomorrow."
Oh, my God.
He didn't show up wearing it because he knew that was going to happen. Like, he showed up and, Vince McMahon or Triple H or whatever was just like,
we need to talk.
Yeah, we got to talk. So, like,
that shirt you got is real cute, but it's not going to be.
Yeah, but this is really bad.
So, was it a complete termination or was it absent?
He got suspended first. He got suspended first, and then literally the next day they let him go. And it's to the point where, like, they're taking, they got the WWE trucks and shit like that. Like, they're taking his face off the trucks. Like, they're like,
so he's
wiping.
I don't know him. So he's a bigger name. So he's not a jobber. He's actually a guy.
He was a pretty big name. Like, but he was new. He'd only been there for like 2 years, but he made a real, real big splash. But it's one of those things where, part of the story too, the female, I don't remember her name, but they were saying that her friends and stuff talking online about how she was one of these kids where daddy paid for everything, and she was supposed to be in rehab, or in a halfway house, or in a sober house, or something like that. And she got out and went for the party that night, to party with Enzo and all that other stuff. And apparently the story is that because she got caught doing all that, her dad was going to cut her off, send her to rehab, all that. So then she came up with no, but I wasn't out doing that. I got raped. And now this dude's life is fucked. And admittedly, he probably should have told WWE that this has been going on since October. But then I do understand that, man, imagine if he says that and they go, well, sorry, till we figure this out, we got to suspend you.
suspend you.
So he
Right.
might have lost out
There's
on
a
4
damage
months
you
of
get
pay.
if you don't. Yeah, it's
yeah.
like you
But
gonna
then
get
he lost
fucked
his
anyway.
job when it
Right.
all came out.
Yeah.
So it's
It's
fucking.
like maybe I should have just said earlier, and maybe they just suspended me until the trial was done. But now it's like, nah, you've been hiding shit, and now
Yeah.
it looks bad on us. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yep.
you know, how do you feel about your employee?
Yeah.
You know, being accused of this and that, and he's going through a trial. Like, what? We didn't. Now they're in the dark. You know, they're in the dark, looking stupid with the mouth open. Like, we don't know anything
Yep.
about this.
And it's
like, how the fuck you only be out
and
there
it
like
all
that?
comes out on the 25th anniversary of Raw.
Right.
So it was
Wow.
like,
It's a big
you
show.
know, that's
Yeah.
the day that Vince is like
Not
not
today.
trying to deal with any of
Right.
that shit. So he's like, you know what? Let him go. He's
Could have
gone.
been a regular one, but not the anniversary. This is the big
Yeah.
one here, and then you fucked up. Oof.
Man, Stone Cold came back. I mean, Jesus fuck.
So his case is still going on right now.
Yeah,
And
and
so-
it's not even, he hasn't even been charged with anything yet. It's just there's been an investigation going on since October.
Wow.
And it's
Since
funny too
October.
because me and Cheddar, that's the wrestling show that we went to last week. Enzo Amore was the headliner. He was because
Right.
he's the cruiserweight champ. So me and Cheddar, we saw his last match.
Oh,
So it's
wow.
crazy
That was you remember that dude? Yeah.
because
that
it was
last
that
match.
night. Then the next night was Monday Night Raw, and just
Wow.
fucking
That was the sorry, gotta let you go, bro.
that was the banana in the tailpipe.
and the tailpipe. Nigga, take that and keep it running, keep it moving.
But it's crazy, man, out there where, dude, I'm scared to touch a fucking woman. Like, I'm scared.
It's like, oh man, like you said, can we just get all kinds of proof that this
Yeah.
is we're consensual?
Just
and we're gonna do
can
this?
we record it all and upload it to Dropbox so we both have it
Right.
forever? Like,
it's to that point where, like, yeah, I know there's some fucked up guys out there doing some fucked up shit,
Yeah.
man. But I'm one of the good dudes, man, and I don't want to get caught up in one of the women who are out there that aren't on the
Yeah.
up and up. That's like, nah, I want to fuck your shit up. If you got a little coin, like I'm broke, so you ain't getting none out of me. So
Exactly.
the guys who got money, you know, they're the ones that are gonna be more,
Yep.
you know.
and that's my
accessible
thing
to
too,
that
where I'm
kind of
like,
stuff.
dude, you're a celebrity. Like, why don't you, you got girls that'll do that, man. Like,
You know
don't
what?
go
That's
with
that's that whole thing where they get caught up in trying to. I want to be a regular person.
Mm.
Like I have to feel like I have to humble myself in a way where but you can't lose sight of. No, you're fucking famous.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? You can't lose sight of that because there's things you have to strategically do to not get caught up in the bullshit if you
Yep.
plan on staying there. You know what I mean? Because if not. I'm just a normal person like anybody else, man. I'm just a regular old guy. Yeah, you're a regular old guy, but you have fame and money.
Yeah.
So you're not really a regular old guy. You know what I mean? That definitely puts you in another bracket. You got to accept
Yep.
this shit, man. You can't think you can just go hang out on the corner.
No, man, you got to do it. Like, honestly, if I was ever famous like that, I would be like, listen, no, it's not romantic, but I'm gonna need you to sign this. I'm gonna need you to talk about it on video. I'm gonna
Yep.
need you to, take the picture. I'm gonna need your phone now and put that.
right,
like,
right.
Fuck,
I need
dude.
all that shit. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
they're catching people out there, man. And if you fucked up, you fucked up.
Mm.
You got to deal with the hell you got going on, man.
Yeah,
You know?
no, the days of anybody grabbing someone's butt are over. Like, so chill the fuck out. Ask permission
Right.
for everything,
Listen,
man.
it's gonna be to a point you motherfuckers gonna get locked up for catcalling.
Dude, I'm not hugging no girls. We going high fives to the women this year. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck the high. I mean, we gonna pound it.
Exactly.
Rock it, pound it.
Did you just try to punch me? You know what
I
I'm
know,
saying?
right? Maybe high five is good.
I go, I'm gonna let you hit my hand, okay?
Right.
I'm gonna just hold this
Go
here.
ahead, girl, get it
you
in
hit
there.
my hand,
Oh, that bitch assaulted me.
right? But
Nah.
yeah, man. To wrap it up, it's dangerous out there.
It's
so
totally dangerous.
people
and,
need to be careful.
And we know what else is dangerous. Twitter.
Yeah. You know what else is dangerous? This fucking lamp.
This lamp is really
Lamp ain't
dangerous.
shit.
It is dangerous, and don't consume the contents inside of there because it tells you right on the bottom.
Right? Do not drink it.
Dumb niggas that want to try to drink lava lamps. And dumb niggas is the next topic of Donald J. Trump. Donald J. DJT had a lot of controversy going on with him with his comments he made in the White House. I don't know. I guess he makes these comments around niggas and think ain't nobody gonna tell on his dumb ass. I guess he was talking about immigrants coming from third world countries or what he called them is these shithole countries. That was a comment that been going on. These shithole countries, and they need to get more people from places like Norwegians, Norway and
Sweden
and yeah, you know.
We need more white people.
Right. It's like, but nobody said no. He's not. He's not talking about whites. But he pinpointed Africa and Haiti as being the problematic I don't remember the last time we had an African terrorist. Maybe the Middle Eastern guys in Africa, but they're like Middle Eastern and like Morocco and shit. Liberia. Well, they got the Ethiopian guys, but they're all really more influenced from Middle East. You know what I mean? They kind of, as Africa has been known to have is being a country who just people fuck and take whatever they want from. It's just that country.
Nuck if you buck.
So, I mean, it's been causing a lot of controversy. His comments, a lot of people have been all over it. Of course, celebrities and people in Jay-Z's interview on CNN. They had a Twitter war with him too, I guess. Jay made a couple comments on Twitter about it, and Donald Trump's response was like, "I'll have Jay-Z know that this is the biggest turnaround for black unemployment. It's been the highest, and and who is he right? I don't know. I don't know the numbers that they give you to tell you if he's right or not. That's what a lot of these guys that do these shows and analysts, political guys, they tell you if like, here's the real numbers, Trump, because Trump has been known in the past to make up some shit.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Just like these are the numbers and it's true.
No, we've got the best economics,
right?
Like,
and then
he's a salesman,
right? And then somebody goes and they bring up his numbers. Goes, no, we found the numbers. It's actually not really. It went down a little bit. He goes, well, that's what I was told. That's his excuse.
Yeah.
That's what I was told from somebody. It wasn't, maybe you should know what the fuck you're talking about,
right?
Before you say this shit.
But it's weird how and please, I am not standing up for Donald Trump, but it's weird how like Jay-Z's statement was ass. We just watched it before we fucking.
He had a whole interview, but they asked him the question about that and how he felt about with the whole unemployment rate and all that. He was very scattered on his answer a little bit.
Yeah.
I think he gave a generalized response.
He scattered and he stumbled through it, and I'm gonna go ahead and need every single famous person to stop saying that money isn't the answer, because if it isn't, give your fucking money away, you stupid fuck. Because if money doesn't buy happiness, I mean, why you got it around, bro?
Right.
Like
if
money doesn't buy happiness, come and make me miserable, please.
Right. But I mean, you could be a miserable dude with money. But I think,
of course,
you can get over it probably. I mean, I'd rather be miserable with money than miserable without the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like if you're miserable already without money, then fuck it, I'll be miserable with it.
Yep.
I think I can handle that. You know what I mean? It's like I'm fucking broke. This shit sucks.
Yeah, but like Jay-Z's, the core of his statement was cool, but the delivery was just bad,
Right.
and he was stuttering and didn't.
Right.
I don't think he got across.
I think it caught him off his guard. I think maybe
yeah.
he knocked him off his pedal, and he kind of was like, "How do I answer this politically correct and maybe not lose a couple investment people?" You know what I mean? He's like, you never know. He's probably, this is how it works, man. Illuminati, perhaps. I don't know. That's what people scream out nowadays when the fix is in.
It was just one of those, like, when you hear about a movie from someone and then you watch, because that's what it was, is I saw the headlines of, and Jay-Z's response was crazy, and he should get an award for it, and yo, B!
Right. They said it was powerful. And then I watched it and it was like, no, he made sense, but I wouldn't use the word powerful.
No,
like,
not at all.
He made sense. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like, oh shit, like, oh, that was a powerful fucking speech.
Yeah, it wasn't like, oh shit, that was great. Like, I will literally never watch it again. It doesn't matter. Like, it wasn't.
Right. Nobody's gonna walk away from it and be like, yo, that nigga should run for president.
Yeah. I mean, I understand what he was saying with you can't just throw money at people and treat them like shit. I get that. But.
Right. And then just say, nah, it's okay, and treat people a certain way because they're from a fucked up place.
Yeah.
That's not. If the place is considered to be a shithole place, you don't have to remind them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like there's poor countries out there, man. Yeah, we all know Haiti's a fucked up environment to live in, a poor country, and they have what is considered a real ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, nah, like you go over there, like, man, you're gonna come back and kiss. You live in the hood, you're gonna kiss the ground you walk on. Like, oh my god, I never want to live in no shit like that. You know. So we all know it, but Donald J. He just. Nothing surprises me, and it shouldn't surprise you either when you hear him say the shit he says.
Yep.
Why are you surprised? You know what I mean? Why is anybody surprised? Like, he's done it his whole fucking life, career, and being in the media. Then he done it his whole damn political career, running for president and then being president. So why the fuck are we surprised?
It's kind of like, why are you surprised that this guy is who he is when you already know who he is?
Right.
It's Yeah,
Right.
it's
And
weird.
it's almost like, is this a strategy of his? Does he like to do that to ruffle everybody? I think almost in a way, I think he's just becoming a senile old man.
Yeah.
And working at one of my jobs at a senior complex, elderly, they just say what the fuck they want to say.
Yep.
Man. You know what I mean? They just say whatever. You know what I mean? It's
They
like,
lose inhibition after a while.
right. It's like, man, what filter? Fuck a filter. I'm going to
Yeah.
say this shit, and this is how it is. You motherfuckers are all fucked up. The blacks come over here, and you got the goddamn Latinos over there, and they break their filter, man. Them motherfuckers, they just say whatever, and you got to judge them on it. And when you're in that position of being the president of the United States, like, you're under a microscope, man. Everything you say and do is going watched and going to be critiqued and talked about.
Yep.
That's how we run things, man. So I don't feel bad for him. People attack him, and but
You can take it.
yeah, I think he can. But people are trying to use the political platform, and if you were never really into politics like that, don't use it now to kind of feel like, well, now I'm using it as a platform. And it's almost like we said before, it's like you're into politics, or you're just using it to elevate your career.
Yeah.
And it's a standpoint. People are going to pay attention because you're making a political stand.
Yep.
I'm making a political stand. I'm not saying it's for my career, but I'm saying
yeah.
I'm trying to be righteous. You know what I mean? Like, don't play the card that way, man. If you're going to be righteous the whole time. Like I said before, with Colin Kaepernick, it's like, oh, now you niggas want to say something.
Yep.
Like, when I was doing the shit, I had like a handful of cats that was rocking with me, but everybody was like, nah. But then it became a thing when a comment comes out from the president. It's like, oh, well, then fuck it. I'll do it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you should have been fighting the fight. You're going to fight the fight, then fight the fight throughout. That's all I'm saying, man.
Mm-hmm.
But, he's an asshole.
Trump's a goofball.
You know what I mean?
I'm just I want to see who runs next time, because I don't think Trump is going to. Like, I think he's going to go for and be like, that's enough.
I think I'm good, yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to say, he has to tell his Trump supporters, like, I'm going to go again. They're like, yeah.
Yep.
Fuck yeah, we need you, Donald.
Because honestly, I don't think he's having a good time. And no, that's not what politics and being a president is all about. But
No.
I think he had to enjoy his life a lot better before this.
I think so. Firing
His
people and
wife
all
is
that.
not feeling him.
It's not. And it's kind of like he has to cry in the Oval Office. I believe he probably cries behind it though.
Yeah.
Nobody really likes me.
Exactly.
Like, but he's dealt
Either
his
that-
whole life with that though. You know what I mean?
Either that, or he's just so lost in his own sauce where he's like, everybody really likes me. I remember
Look at all the
hearing,
attention I'm getting. Yeah.
yeah, I remember hearing stories about George W. Bush, the second, where, George W. Bush, not George Herbert Walker. So George W. Bush, the
Yep.
second Bush, that was in office, where they would cut up and rearrange the newspapers where just everything that was said bad about him wasn't in there anymore. So this dude thinks everything's great. You know what I mean? Meanwhile,
Wait, so they gave him a custom paper to read?
yeah.
That's terrible.
And and perhaps it wasn't the newspaper, but briefings and shit like that. They would take out all. Yeah,
they took out.
obviously I don't know this. I wasn't there, but that's
Right, but that's what was told. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. It's
Yep.
like they all love
So
me.
then exactly. So then he's out there like and everything's great, and it's not all good.
It's not all good, man.
But I think it's funny too that Eminem is blaming his whack ass Trump freestyle, and not because it was against Donald Trump, because fuck Donald Trump. It was just that the freestyle was whack as fuck. About he's blaming that for his album not selling well. He thinks in his mind
Illuminati.
The excuse that he's putting forward is that he lost half his fan base when he did that
Wow.
freestyle.
So he's basically saying I never knew I had a bunch of Trump supporters for fans.
Yeah.
I guess that's it's like. I didn't even hear nothing about his album. I don't know
Because
any-
it's really bad.
Is it?
It's
No,
one of those.
okay.
I would say like 8 songs on it are Eminem, a female singing the deep chorus.
Yep.
Eminem doing his standing on top of the mountain with
Okay.
my leather jacket with a hood on it.
Did he go back to Kim at all? Any more struggles about kid?
There,
mother
yeah,
shit?
there was some on there about like how could I be a good father but a bad husband. It was just it's the same shit over and over
right.
again,
It's-
man.
You know what you're gonna get from him.
And he's a lot worse at rapping than he used to be now.
Right, right.
There aren't clever things. It's
I don't
just
even. What's the name of his album? I don't even know.
Ooh.
Is it The White Prophet? It's self-proclaimed.
I don't know what the name of the album is. It was one of those.
Maybe that's why I didn't sell.
And I'll be
Nobody
honest
knows
with
the
you,
name of the album.
because do the driving for Uber Eats. It took me 4 different days to get through it all because it was
Sit through
just
it and
man. It's like I said, most of the songs are the climb to the top of the mountain song with the girl
Right.
singing the chorus, which
That's
it's not
the
for
one.
me.
And folks, just to let y'all know, in the future, we will be having some album reviews on the show. We're going to do little things like that as well, where we sit down and listen to it with you guys, and then we'll give you nice, honest critiques on it. You know, but I didn't know that about M's album, man. He blamed the freestyle.
Yeah,
for
because
not
I guess
selling.
he did like 300 something thousand, which, hey, man, if I put out a CD and it sold that, of course, yeah, that's amazing. But
Right.
for him,
it's like, no, I want to go platinum. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like 300,000 in a world now where nobody's really buying albums.
yep.
You're doing all right, you know.
Yeah.
Go for some streams and downloads, you know.
Right, they add to him now.
Yeah, so who cares about that nigga?
For real.
That's like a closing statement. That should be. I'm gonna get. You know what? Damn, I walk around half my life thinking about T-shirt quotes. Every time I say something, but that's a goddamn T-shirt.
Man, we gotta put that on a tee.
You gotta put that on a T-shirt. But like, that is a good one. Just who cares about that, nigga? That's a beautiful shirt.
That's a good stamp to end the show on,
Yeah.
right there. I think we're good with that.
Who cares about that, nigga? Signing off, Young Pastry.
Lil Mattress, Watermelon versus Pumpkin. The
it.
Great War, the Grand Battle continues. It was
Farmyard
before
beef,
us.
nigga.
After we're gone, the war will continue.
Yes.
And
Who
it's a
gonna
beautiful
win? Who
thing.
gonna win?
Like we said, man, like, subscribe,
Yes,
do things, say stuff, click below. What else?
Yeah, who cares about them niggas?
For real.